What's up, guys? This is Maxwell Comics Inc. I'm your host, Sir Maxwell, and today talking about a controversy that has to do with the director of Guardians of the Galaxy movie, Shin. Was fired like 2 days ago because he made some tweets that were a little. They were wild. They were not things you should say out loud. You know, ever. Now, I read two, but before getting the information, I read like two of these tweets, and I was like, oh, this is kind of bad. And then I just got all of them, and I was like, yeah, these are pretty bad. He was obviously joking, but you know, when you're speaking, you never know what type of how people are gonna take things. So that's why if you are someone who makes really stupid jokes or really crude humor, it's best to just either not say them, or if you have a friend that knows your humor, speak about it with that friend.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like some, you know, what was one of his tweets? Some people in his circle may really get three men and a baby they had sex with. It's great. Like, some people are like, this is great. You know what I mean? But a lot of people are like, is James Gunn like this? You know what I mean?
Which is stupid.
These tweets are old. They're like 10 years. This is like, some of them are 7 years ago.
Serious about it.
Some things are 10 years ago. It was just it was a lot of, it was a long time ago. So
like when he said, I like it when little boys touch me in my silly place. Shh.
Don't listen to them, guys. You shouldn't say these things out loud. You just shouldn't. You just shouldn't.
I'm just saying, like, that's obviously a joke. I mean,
I don't know James Gunn. I don't know his personal life.
If it was serious, why would he be saying it?
Trump doesn't Donald Trump talk about how he thinks his daughter is extremely attractive? If that wasn't my daughter, I would totally bang her.
Yeah, but that's true.
I don't know. I think when people are young and people are silly and stupid, they just say stupid things.
Yeah.
And he even said that he was like, I was young, I was desperate for attention.
It's over a decade.
My jokes were not great.
2000.
Like,
all the way from 2009.
His jokes are like old. They're old jokes. They're very old. I you know what I mean. Personally, Disney, they took action the same. They took action the day of. They released, the tweets were released, and they were like, we do not want this associated with us. We are Disney. We are a family company. So we are not, by James Gunn. Like, we're not doing business with him. Because, I think today when people kind of have these, fuck-ups with their tweets, it's like you are fired from whatever you're doing the day of. Now, I know it was a conservative wing that released these tweets and dug the tweets up and exposed them for some reason. Now this is allegedly. Some people are saying it's like, oh, like conservatives F up and say tweets all the time. I'm sure some these liberals do it too. So we're gonna expose them. That is all allegedly. And that's not a fact. I mean, it is a fact that it's a conservative kind of person that dug it up, but the reasoning was, that's allegedly. So, yeah, so, what are your views on Disney and them firing? What do you think about Disney?
Disney judged as he wrote the movie script, he directed the first two. He's the reason that all of those succeeded.
Because they were Guardians of the Galaxy was a very experimental type thing.
Yeah.
Like they weren't characters people were checking for. You know what I mean? Like no one was, no shade, but no one was checking for Star-Lord and Gamora. I mean, no one was checking for them before James Gunn in the movie and stuff. People thought it was going to be a big flop, but it was not. It was a bop. It wasn't a flop. It was a bop. It was a bop, not a flop. You know what I mean? So I feel like it was silly and it was extra, and they should not have done it. But at the same time, I get why Disney did it, because that's like, even if like the higher up at Disney was like, even if the higher up at Disney like, I don't think this is a problem at all, it's not really about them. It's more about the public, and it was
True.
like it was a thing of like I don't know how people are going to take this, but if
I don't want to
if
risk
more
it.
than if more than likely people are going to take this badly, I don't want people to say for a second that Disney didn't take action. Because remember when freaking that whole Jake Paul thing blew up, and people were mad at YouTube because YouTube didn't immediately remove Jake Paul's video, and then Disney was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you know, Disney also they took out they took out Roseanne like that the same day of. Like also they were I feel like they were also kind of worried about you don't want to really look like Roseanne's, but I feel like the difference with that is a lot of people are comparing it to the Roseanne situation.
Which is
the difference between that and the Roseanne situation. Number one, Roseanne had said that day, like Roseanne, it wasn't. This is like 10 years. This is just as wild and stupid, but it was 10 years ago. Like anyone, I'm sorry, anyone 10 years from where they are is gonna be a different person. Even Roseanne, even in 10 years, she probably is gonna be a different person. Just like James Gunn was a different. How old is he? How old is James Gunn? He looks like an old man. But how old is he?
I don't think that old. Like 30. Oh.
He's 50. He's 51 years old. So when he was 40 when he, you know, that's a little old. I mean, now in my opinion, you're a little old to making those kind of jokes when you're in your 40s. Whatever. Is that his brother?
Rocket Raccoon.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He's the stand-in for Rocket Raccoon.
You understand.
He was the CGI holder.
And he was
Anyway,
the guy.
Oh yeah.
don't really. Like, he should have been fired. I get
No.
why he was though.
I get it. They're offensive jokes. I don't get why James Gunn did so many jokes about children. They were
And
funny,
then
but I don't see why.
and
they
then it
needed
was
to
the
have
added
children.
it was the added blow of he was connected to someone who was brought up on child porn charges, and it was like, okay, you got this sketchy friend and you got your sketchy tweets, like, you know, birds of a feather flock together type stuff. So you know what I mean. But all that's allegedly, all that's not like a thing. You know what I mean? Like, what is their Facebook is weird.
Wait, what?
Oh no, shoes.
Whatever. Anyway, so that's pretty. I mean, I feel Disney really jumped the gun on it. It was like the day.
The gun.
Sure,
the
jump the.
title.
That's gonna be the
That's the
title.
title.
Did Disney jump the gun?
Two ends.
Two ends. But yeah, that's just like, it's unfortunate. Some people are like, this Guardian needs to be canceled. I don't think it's
not.
gonna be
It's
canceled.
not.
They
No,
can't cancel it.
No.
They're
Look,
just doing it with a
look,
different actor.
Go listen to
I mean,
the
director.
people defending him.
Yeah, it's all of his colleagues are defending him. 'Cause,
And comedians, because they're jokes.
you know,
Well,
as a comedian, you should know that some of your jokes are gonna flop. And what I really like is Google his apology. I really liked James Gunn's apology. His apology was spot on. He actually needs to teach people like Roseanne and Trump how to apologize because he's amazing at it. He didn't, you know, he took full responsibility. He was like, you know what, it was a minute ago, but these were still my tweets. I still said it. Like, I don't blame the company for firing me. Like, yeah. Can you want to read it or do you want me to read it?
I'll read it.
Okay.
My words of nearly a decade ago were, at the time, totally failed and unfortunate efforts to be provocative. I have regretted them for many years since, not just because they were stupid, not at all funny, wildly insensitive, and certainly not provocative like I had hoped, but also because they don't reflect the person I am today, or have been for some time. Regardless of how much time has passed, I understand and accept the business decision taken today. Even these many years later, I take full responsibility for the way I conducted myself then. All I can do now, beyond offering my sincere and heartfelt regret, is to be the best human being I can be. Accepting, understanding, committed to equality, and far more thoughtful about my public statements and my obligations to our public discourse. To everyone inside my industry, and beyond, I again offer my deepest apologies. Love to all.
That was a great apology. I really liked it. It was like, it was a minute ago, but he was acknowledging that it was a while ago, but also acknowledging that like I still said them. Like these are my tweets, and
Yeah.
the company they took action. Like I'm not mad at Disney or whatever. So I think it was a good apology. A lot of his colleagues are standing up for him. Like this does not represent who James Gunn is today.
Mm-mm.
But I just maybe Disney's gonna reconsider. Maybe I don't think they will, because whenever they make these big decisions like that, I don't think Disney would ever take something like that back.
It's gonna die down.
You know what I
It's-
mean? But they were like, is this gonna die down? Are people gonna love this? Or are they gonna hate it? Like,
Well, the movie's not gonna do as well
don't,
unless they get a
unless
really
they need to
good
get a really good
director.
director. And I wouldn't be.
It's gonna be totally.
I would
a
really.
rip-off
I
of
would.
James Gunn though.
I would really
Oh,
hope. I would really hope
With all
that
the
they
70s
would
music.
reach out to him behind the scenes, like whatever director is like, okay, man, what was your vision for this movie? Like, tell me what. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't. know.
They're gonna need to. I know.
I-
It's
you know
James
what?
Gunn, I don't
Because
know
he
if
wrote
they
the
will.
script.
But it's just like, if I was the person, like, let's say I'm not, but let's say I got James Gunn's job, I would be like, yeah, thank you, Disney, thanks. Like, okay, I'd be like, okay, I would call James Gunn up and be like, okay, so they've given me basically essentially your job, but I know you're writing something great, and I know the movie like needs you. So, like, if you help me out a little bit, I will give you a substantial bulk of the money I get from doing this project. So, if you would really,
I don't
like,
think he needs the money. to be
I
honest.
mean, just a sweeten, just make sure, sweeten the deal. Really reel them in, so you can't say no. So you know what I mean? Just get a little under the table help from James Gunn, and you know what I mean? Because I feel like, especially as a creator, as me being a creator myself, when you write something or you create something or you animate something, you put your ideas into it, you get attached. He's probably very attached to his script. When he wrote his idea for the movie, he wants that to be present. So I feel like whatever chance he gets to have that, he's gonna take it. He's going to take it. Because that you just get attached to your work. You really want it. You're really excited for people to see your ideas and how, you know what I mean? So hopefully the person does that. Probably won't. I don't know.
We'll see, I guess.
I'm very worried about the movie, on how it's gonna do. And I just hope some studio after this dies down is probably gonna hire him to write up. Most likely,
Yeah.
they're gonna hire him to write up, and it's gonna be fine. But as of right now, he is in hot water. And for anyone who's like, why would people be offended by this? Oh, these are just silly jokes. Well, I mean, yeah, but for some people, it could be a joke. For some people, it could be a flashback to trauma. I know a lot of people that were like maybe abused as children or like things like that, and that could really be it's not something you should say in public. Like a lot of people are like, a lot of people are like, I don't see how it would offend people. I can see how it would offend people. I can also see how some people would think it's funny. I don't know, but I can see how other people would think it's funny. But yeah, his tweets, were they great? No. But should he be fired? No. So I think the verdict that the three of us can come to for Disney firing him out of turn is, wait, do you have anything wrong? I'm gonna do this. Sentencing for Disney. This is totally about the Queen's Way. Sentencing for Disney for firing James Gunn way too dramatically, way too quickly. I sentence you to a failed Guardians of the Galaxy 3 movie. It is hereby ordered by the court. Next case. For those of you who get that reference, you might be. Anyway, so that was a roundtable discussion about it. It's pretty much us rambling for like almost 15 minutes about it. I think that's enough time. Anyway, this is Max from Inc. I'm your host, Maxwell. May the power protect you. Bye.